Hi Scorpio, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name's Carol, and this reading, Scorpio, is for May 2024, and it's for the ending of May. So we're just going to look at your energy as you're heading into June. This will be my last reading for you before June. And so what we're going to look at today is, we're going to start off by looking at what situation you're sitting in. It could be a pattern that's showing up in your life, some sort of just struggle or decision you have to make. And then we're going to look at what's coming up from your shadow that needs healing. And that's going to be having an impact on the situation that you're sitting in. And so we're going to be doing a little bit of shadow work in the second line of the reading. And if you're unfamiliar with the term shadow or shadow work, I've left a video in my description box below for you. And it's called my Powerful 4-Step Guide for Shadow Work. And it's all about facing your shadow, facing those things that we buried away in the unconscious about ourselves that we just weren't allowed to have, things that people told us about ourselves. And what happens is, if we don't look at our unconscious part of us, it's gonna keep on creeping up into our everyday life. And so we're going to shed some light on why you're sitting in this situation. And then finally, we're going to ask the tarot for some guidance about what's the next step you need to take for healing. And I'll also leave you with a video or two that I've made from my other channel called Carol Cares. And it's going to help you if you want to take a look at those videos. And I think it'll give you a little bit of guidance as well as to how to deal with some of these things that are coming up for you in this reading. So we're going to begin with the Tarot of the Abyss with Anna Tourian. And we're going to pull 3 cards for the 3 areas. And then I'm going to clarify it with the Rider-Waite deck. And yeah, so one more shuffle here and we'll get going. So I hope you've had a good start to your May. I have put out a few readings for you in this month if you haven't had a chance to look at them. All right, so let's start off with ask the tarot for what situation Scorpio is dealing with right now. Let's have one card for what situation Scorpio is dealing with right now. One here flipped out. You have the 7 of Wands. My favorite card in the deck, and I always say that about the 7 of Wands when it comes up. Okay, and what's coming up from your shadow that needs healing? The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. And finally, what guidance does the tarot have for you? Ooh, that one came out quickly. The 2 of Wands in reverse. The 2 of Wands in reverse. And some, can you tell me some more now about the 7 of Wands? Let's have a couple shuffles here, though I do shuffle before I come on. My favorite shuffle before I come on is I just take the cards in a big pile and I just mess them all up. And, I mean, it works. But I can't do it online because it takes too much time. All right, one more shuffle. Here we go. Okay, so a couple cards, 2-3 cards for the 7 of Wands, please. Tell me about this 7 of Wands. Okay, so far the 9 of Swords. Couple more cards to clarify this 9 of Wands here. Or not 9 of Wands, sorry. It looks like it wants me to have these 4 cards, which, all right. Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Empress in reverse, and finally, it's a big story here, Ace of Cups in reverse. All right, a lot here for the 7 of Wands. Normally don't take that many, but here, I'm going to move these over because I'm sure you can't see them all, so hopefully you can see them now. All right. Queen of Swords. Give me some clarifies. Tell me more about this Queen of Swords. That one wanted to come out. And I'm going to say these two. So, Two of Cups, the Hermit in reverse, and the Temperance in reverse. That's what's sitting in your shadow. And the Two of Wands. Tell me more about the Two of Wands. Did get one card that came, the Four of Pentacles. A couple more here. Page of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm going to make sure you can see all of this before I begin. Let's begin with the Seven of Wands, my favorite card. Okay, so it's a tough card. The Seven of Wands. This is a card that comes out often on this, often enough, I think, where it really talks about this individual that's on the healing journey, you know, and really has, maybe you've been on the healing journey for a while. You're sitting in a position now where you could be just starting, or you're wanting to, and, you know, maybe you've talked to some people about the journey you're on, but you're definitely sitting in a place here where you're feeling quite alone. You're feeling quite alone. Look at this individual. It looks like it's fighting off all these people below here, all these wands. When we're on this healing journey, it's a very, very lonely journey, because we are the only ones that know ourselves, and we just feel like no one else understands us. And often you'll find people, family members, people that you've known for a long time will kind of come out of the blue, and they'll just kind of not be supportive. The people that you thought would be supportive can't be for some reason, or aren't. And they will often, sometimes they'll get jealous. They'll somehow try to bring you back down, bring you back to that old you of, you know, but when you start to heal, you start to change, and people around you will notice that and be very uncomfortable with that. And so I see you being in a really tough spot here where you're not feeling validated by people. You're not feeling supported. And maybe you have people around you that are trying to take you down, and that's a tough spot to be in when you're feeling so alone. And I know you're feeling alone because there's just this Nine of Swords comes up here. And this card is all about, you know, they call it the one that you're up at night, but it can see you just all these mental belief systems about yourself. That's what swords are. All those things that people told you about yourself. You know, you're not good enough, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're ridiculous. And maybe people are telling you that right now. Maybe people are saying things to you, but they're all coming up in your head because you're so alone, and you're feeling so unworthy, and you're feeling like all these things are spinning around in your head. You're lonely, and it could be keeping you up at night. It's just a lot going on here, a lot of mental energy going on here around your situation right now. And the Knight of Pentacles is the next card that comes up. And this is a knight. My knights in my deck are what I call my freedom fighters. They are the ones in my deck. They're like an adolescent part of us. And I want you to think of an adolescent. We all have this part. It's the one that wants to be free. It's the one that wants to be free to be themselves. And here you are, healing, trying to be yourself. And you're just not being supported. And then this knight here, this knight has this pentacle, and it wants to be able to have the freedom to have this self-worth, to be able to take their life in the new direction they want to go, to be authentic. And it wants the freedom to be able to feel all these feelings that are coming up in their system. Because a pentacle is all about the body. It's about health. It's about workspace. You know, maybe you're in a situation where you're wanting to change your job and people aren't supporting it. Maybe you're in a situation where you want freedom from the health, from your health situation that you're sitting in. Maybe you've been struggling with your health for a long time and you're just not feeling supported by people. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles speaks of. It speaks of our self-worth. It speaks of our workplace. It speaks of our health. And so maybe, and you want freedom from that, but you're not feeling supported. And the Chariot card comes up next here. And the Chariot card is a card about movement. So I can see that you're wanting to move on from this situation that that you're just kind of feeling stuck in right now. But the Chariot card here, let's talk about this Charioteer card. He's just, looks like he's left this wall city, but is he really getting far? I mean, it's made of cement. These sphinxes that he's controlling with his mind, because how else can they move? There's no reins on it. So there's nothing really moving here. And so I call this card, this is like this card is really you're using your willpower, your own willpower to try to control this situation, to try to control what's going on with you. And I see that you're trying to use your mind, your willpower. I mean, you're pretty much in your head trying to figure out how are you going to change the situation, get this freedom that this knight wants right here. And the Empress card is the next card, and she's a major arcana card. This is like a universal force that comes into our life. It's not like a daily activity here. This is like a big force here. She is in reverse here because this is very much blocked. And it tells a lot about why you're so much in your head. Because in an upright position, this Empress, she's the number 3 in the major arcana. And number 2 is the High Priestess. Both of these cards, the High Priestess and number 3, the Empress, represent the feminine aspect to ourself. And people don't know that we have this feminine aspect to ourselves. I mean, everybody does. It doesn't matter what gender you are. But these beautiful feminine qualities that have been really repressed for years. She's all about the body. She loves the body, this Empress. She loves the body. She loves to get in the body and stay in the body and feel these emotions that are coming up. She's not about staying in the head. The one that stays in the head is the Chariot. He's that like I said, that trying to control things with your mind, trying to make things happen with your mind. But she's here to say, what about your body? What about your body? Have you ever thought about getting into your body? Because she's quite blocked here. And when she's blocked, she can be angry and she can also feel quite hopeless. So maybe you're feeling a lot of hopelessness because you're so much in your head and trying to control everything with your head. But the Empress is saying, what about the rest of your body? This is where your emotions are. You need to get to some of these emotions about what's going on here with your situation. No surprise that the Ace of Cups coming in here. The Ace of Cups is in an upright position, is a gift from the universe. It's an offer from the universe that says, listen, Scorpio, I have a gift for you. I have an offer. Here's another chance for you to start to feel. Look at all these emotions coming from this cup. To start to feel again. Maybe get back into your body, start to feel. But there's a real resistance on your part to taking this cup, to getting back into your body. It's hard when you're so stuck up in your head and feeling, we tend to think that this is real up here, and it's not real. It's not real at all. These are things that are made up. It often sounds like when we start talking to ourselves and saying all these things, all these swords here, these are what people told you when you were younger, and you keep repeating them in your head. That's what our ego does to us, because our ego self doesn't want to get into our body because it's petrified of emotions. It doesn't want you to feel. But you're very much blocked here. So very much in your head. And then what's coming up from your shadow? Why is, what's coming up here? Why is there so much pain? Well, the Queen of Swords comes in. And here's our Queen. The Queen is the feminine aspect to ourself in the deck, our 4 queens. Our knights, our kings are the masculine aspect, our ego self. So you get another Queen here. So that's two feminine cards here. And the Queen of Swords, she's the feminine aspect. And this Queen represents our authenticity, because the sword is all about authenticity, who you are. And so who you are is hidden in your shadow. These belief systems that are keeping you up at night, that's not who you are. This is who you are. This Queen of Swords. She has the sword of authenticity. She knows who you are. So your authenticity, your true self, is hidden in your shadow, and it's wanting to come out here. So you have this Two of Cups following it. And the Two of Cups is, it's an emotions again, right? It looks like a very intimate relationship, a very healing relationship with this caduceus right here. This winged lion, this caduceus symbol, that's a healing symbol. It looks like it's an exchange between two people. It looks like it's a loving relationship, very vulnerable, very healing. It's the relationship that we have with ourself. The two parts of us, our feminine and our masculine aspect of ourself. That healing relationship that we have with ourself, it's hidden in your shadow. And it wants you to start to get in touch with who you are. Hermit card comes in next. The Hermit card is in an upright position. The Hermit card is the card that tells us, and it's a major arcana card again. It's like a universal force again. It's the one that comes in when it's time. It says it's time to go inwards. It's time to go inwards. It's time to take a deep dive into your shadow and find out what the hell's in there. What have you pushed away when you were younger? People told you things about yourself. There's good things that are in there that are buried underneath a lot of the pain also in our trauma, memories. And this is the hermit that wants us to take a deep dive. Shine a light on this. Take the lantern and go inwards. Find out. Carve some time out for yourself, because your true self is sitting here wanting to be explored, wanting to find out who you are. And the Temperance, this was in reverse here too. So yeah, there's a need there. It's very much blocked here. There's a need that wants you to come out. And then the Temperance card comes in reverse. And the Temperance is in reverse here because, this card right here, it reminds us of this angel that's dipping their toe in this pool of water, this pool of emotions. Water means emotions. And you have emotions there that need to be felt. Temperance comes in when it says, yes, you have emotions, but what this shadow is saying here for you, you don't have to, if you do the inward journey here, if you decide to go inwards and find out what's sitting in your shadow to feel so that you can heal, it's a process. Temperance is about, it's a process. It doesn't have to come all at once. You do a little bit of it, and then, you can go away from it and do a little bit, come back to it, and you go back in and out, in and out. Because sometimes when you're starting to feel, when you're taking that deep dive into your shadow, there's some things in there that can be quite painful, and emotions that are definitely going to come up here meant to be felt. Because you've been in your head so much, and your ego self will not want you to go back in your body and feel some of these things. But it's time here. It's really time to do this. And what is the guidance from the tarot here? We have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands card. And it's in reverse. The Two of Wands, see this individual, he's looking out here, trying to find some direction, trying to figure out, where do I want to go? I think, the tarot's seeing here, the tarot wants to, that once you start beginning to heal, take a deep dive into your shadow, start to look at and feel some of these emotions getting back into your body, I think you're going to get a little bit more. This card's going to open up for you. This is the card direction. Two of Wands is about getting a little bit of a nudge, kind of understanding, you know, where you're supposed to take your life. What's the next move for you? But it's blocked right now. And that's because you need to get back into your body. You're not going to get your next move up here. It'll come. That will come for your ego self. You want to go back into your body, and you want to get in touch with your emotions and your intuition, which is another feminine aspect, which is our inner guidance. And then right behind the Two of Wands, your direction is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles here. This is an individual that's really attached to pentacles, really attached to material things, attachments. It's called an attachment card. And I think, you know, once you start to get back into your body and once you get a little bit more direction, I think you're going to see that there may be some things that maybe you need to let go of. People you might need to let go of. Because right now, you know, you have this Seven of Wands card where you're being, I said that you were around people that were unsupportive or invalidating you. And I think once you start working through some of your emotions, you're going to know what attachments need to be let go of, what things or people need to be let go of. And the Page of Swords comes in here as almost a final card here, but Page of Swords is it's one of our inner child. So I told you, did you get a page yet? No. So your pages are in my deck. In my deck, the pages are our inner children. And every time a page comes up, there are four of them, they represent our inner child that needs healing. And so the universe, the tarot, wants you, and right now this child of ours, this inner child, is very blocked. There's an inner child of you that's blocked. And this inner child holds the sword. This inner child holds the sword of our authenticity, of who we are, of who we really are. And there is a child of ours, that a younger child that wants to have deeper connections, wants to be supported by people, wants to have supportive people around them. And right now, they don't feel safe to come out because they're not supportive. So once you get into this, I think, this situation where maybe people are let go of, things are let go of, this younger child of yours might come out that is your authenticity, that wants to have authentic relationships. And the Knight of Wands comes out, and the Knight of Wands is the freedom. They represent, my knights in my deck represent freedom. Freedom to be authentic. Freedom to be ourselves. They're going to get their freedom through authenticity and also through Wands. Wands is about our purpose. Taking the life in the direction that we want to go in, right? Not being controlled by anybody else around us here with these people that are invalidating us. So I'm really seeing some things going to open up for you once you start to get back into your body and feel, and get out of your mind, get out of your head. I'm going to leave you with some really important videos that I made on grounding. And it teaches you how to ground your mind, you know, because I think you need it here with this Nine of Swords. And then ground your body so you can get back into your body and start to feel some of these things that are coming up for you. So take care, Scorpio, and I'll see you in June. Bye-bye.